is a Bramble Jam podcast.
Hi, I'm Brandon. You're killing me, Smalls.
Hi, I'm Ryan, and that's Babe Ruth.
I'm Dan, and I love the Sandlot forever. And this is the Deck the Hallmark podcast.
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast. Brandon and friends host his podcast.
We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Hey, you would think that was planned beforehand. The haters are going to say there's no way we could have done that on the spot. I'm here to tell you, kids.
We've changed. We've become too scripted. That's what the kids are saying.
We did that though. We didn't talk about that.
No.
You would have, if you'd have heard what we talked about before we went live, you would 100% confirm that we didn't come up with that bit.
That's true.
Yep. But I still think it's funny. I can tell you that.
Yeah, it's still funny. It's still funny. Still holds up.
It's real to me,
everybody. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
It's great to be here.
Yeah,
We have the Sandlot here. We have one more movie next week. We have a ranking episode after that, and then it's the holiday season.
Yeah. We're not going to get to rank the athletes?
Well,
No.
I don't know.
We've already ranked the movies.
There's no need to rank the films.
We've already done
we
that.
do that every week.
Okay, that's fair. We have different rankings though, so there's that.
But else, what would we rank? What would we rank?
Maybe what he's
about
saying
the
is
film?
we lock it in and then we get an aggregate score.
we have a collective, but I don't hate ranking. We just have to come up with a collective of athletes.
We could start the episode. We could do this now. We could start the episode with just real quick, Rye Guy running down his list. You running down your list. I run down my list. And then we dive into the,
yes,
the
I
players.
just need I
think it's very simple. Like Michael Jordan isn't eligible, and probably the Looney Tunes aren't eligible.
Featuring.
They were featured rather heavily.
It has to be a fictional character that is not playing themselves. So that would take out both of those things. So Bugs Bunny is playing Bugs Bunny in that movie, and Michael Jordan is a real person. So
and maybe it gets a little complicated, and this is maybe important we do this now. It's like, is it weird to rank a bunch of child athletes and then also Tony Danza? Like, it's
so
like,
that's the other problem is that Tony Danza, not only that, but then you got all the athletes, the Rocket, and then you got the League of Their Own.
I think we have. Well, yeah, I guess that would.
That's the thing. It's like it's easy to keep out the adults until next week when it's a movie finally about adults.
That's right. Yeah.
So
I think they got to be it's all the kids.
I think we're just gonna rank kids.
Yeah.
Yes.
For this, we're just gonna rank kids.
Lee, clip away, buddy. Clip away.
What I was getting at, though, is after that ranking episode, it's Christmas time. Christmas time is almost here.
And we're having the marathon, and Rye Guy said, F off, I'm not coming.
You're the only one not coming. What's going on here?
Now, I am not upset at you two.
Oh, thank you.
I am not upset at you two. But, and my dad watches Judge Judy all the time. I keep the texts. I know how it is. You guys made it seem 50-50 at best that people were coming down for this marathon.
Agreed.
That's not incorrect.
That is an accurate sentiment. It was 50-50.
That's
you were
not
right.
incorrect.
Right. And I'm not upset about that. But because of that, and the language, 50-50, but the language, I was just like, oh, this is probably not happening. And so, yeah, Alyssa and I are going to
wait a minute.
So that's not
happening
no.
Not
The 50-50, yes. This is probably not happening, no.
in person. So
No.
I said,
It wasn't. That was not true. It was
I
50-50.
don't know. I think there was a
50-50 happening in person. It was 100% happening.
that's what I'm saying. 50-50.
That's not probably not. That's just as good a chance it is that it isn't.
Right.
But
I
what?
was
So
reading
before
between
you
the
booked
lines.
this, you didn't ask for clarification. Maybe we could have given you a better number.
I let me bring up these texts there,
I mean, I very well may have said it's not looking good at some point.
Okay. Well, I didn't.
Yeah. Brandon, you and I text a lot. We all text a lot. This is a problem.
Yeah.
Basically, Alyssa and I are going to a concert on Friday night, and I said to myself, well, this will work out great. And there's not even a movie on Friday nights now. So I was like, I can get home from the city. I can hop on the virtual marathon. I'll take the night shift. And then all of a sudden, we're raising funds to get Jax, Patrick, Alonzo and Brian to the marathon.
Yeah, Brian was the hefty one. That was a full grand.
So what you're saying is you're still willing to do the night shift?
I mean, I'm gonna get back from Allie and AJ around probably 1 a.m.
Oh, it's an Allie and AJ concert. Thank God.
They're playing. Brand, I told you about this. They're playing tracks from the first album.
I know.
And I might do VIP. And so
you could have definitely paid for your own flight. This is BS.
Let's see here. Marathon. That might be the easier way to do this.
I know. I feel pretty confident that there was a point where I felt like it was not looking good. I'll take responsibility.
Hey. All right. So this is Dan Thompson.
This is Dan Thompson.
September 3rd.
Uh-oh.
I meant to text you yesterday. If we do a live in-person marathon again, which is a big if.
A big if. Yes.
That still sounds pretty 50-50.
Yes. That's exactly what it sounds like.
50-50.
A big if. If we do it,
75-25.
We're looking into do it, but I don't want you to think it's definite. That's a big if. Could you come down in person? But by that point, you'd already bought the tickets.
Right. Well, because I had already had a conversation with Brand that led me to believe that it was even bigger. 50-50.
What Brand does or says, there's nothing I can do.
What did I say?
I'm looking.
Hey, listen. Right now,
Yeah.
Right now. The double deckers gave us more money than we needed. I can get you out of LaGuardia at 6 a.m. on Saturday morning. You can land at 10:09 a.m. 10:09 a.m. with time to do the last 14 hours of the marathon, and then I'll get you back on a plane the next morning.
Let's talk about this offline. Let's talk about this offline.
Yeah. Who's blaming Brandon Dan now?
Well,
for 50,
I can't find this Brand text.
I think the
Brand was very gloom and doom.
It's fascinating how all of a sudden those texts don't matter as much.
The most
now,
damning text that I have is, "We need to figure it out." That was August 29th. Still need to nail that in details.
5 days before I told you if.
I'm in July 5th. All right, let's talk about that offline. I'm not mad at anybody, and I'm willing. It's much like the helmet situation from the con. I'm willing to take some blame
I think you read what you wanted to read.
That's what he did. That's what he did.
It was a big if.
Do you want to go see Allie and AJ? And who can blame you except for Dan?
Yeah.
And you saw Big If, and you said that's good enough for me.
And when you find out the charity is impoverished families in need with a Christmas theme, you're going to feel great.
Hey, wait a second. Wait a second. No matter how this breaks down this year, I raised a lot of money for a great cause last year while Brand was talking about different types of farts at 2 a.m. That's
happily wasn't there for that.
That's true. Yeah. That's true. I was. We had a good time. But you know what? You know what's an important? A lot of what gets lost here is the fact that the people stuck around to get to your thing.
Also, Langley.
What a lead in.
Langley Clements, the wonderful Langley Clements, she said she'll come pick you up from the airport.
Wow.
So I don't want to. I'm just saying. I'm not saying. That's all.
These decisions aren't mine alone. We gotta make some calls. Let's not rule it out. When does this air before the marathon? Is this like a day before the marathon?
Oh, this is a couple weeks.
Okay,
we're still a couple weeks.
Yeah.
So.
We'll figure it out over these next few weeks.
All right.
Cool.
Well, let's talk Sandlot, shall we? Let's talk Sandlot. Really quick. Someone look up when the Sandlot aired, because I didn't write that down.
94.
Well, I know that.
94, right?
Yeah, 94. I'm going to guess. Let's all guess. Closest to the pen.
I'm going to guess April when baseball starts.
I'm going to guess June 3rd.
Boys of Summer. Really good guess. Go ahead, Rag.
I'll say June 27th.
It was way down here. April 7th, 1993. Wow. I called it.
What did you say?
I said, what'd you say, Rag Guy?
I said June 27th, but we were all off on the year,
what
right?
Did you say?
I said April.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but we all thought it was 94. Yeah.
So this comes out 93. This is a year after Mighty Ducks won?
I believe at least 1 year. Yeah, 92 was Mighty Ducks, right?
Yeah. Big time. All right. Yeah. And then it went a little something like this. The movie kicks off with the narrator telling us about Babe Ruth calling his shots way back when, as an announcer gets ready to call a baseball game. Flashback to a kid. His name is Scotty Smalls. He's moving to San Fernando Valley with his mom and stepdad, Bill. He doesn't have any friends, so he asks Bill to teach him how to play baseball. Bill puts his prized possession on the mantle, a signed Babe Ruth baseball and says, "Sure, kid, I'll get to it soon." The next day, Scotty Smalls runs to a nearby baseball field to see if he can make some friends. A fly ball comes right at him, and it doesn't go well. As he fumbles the ball, he is terrified by this sound, this beast on the other side of the fence. The kids give him a hard time for not knowing how to throw or catch. Scotty goes home and asks Bill to teach him again, which he does, and he ends up with a black eye. The next day, despite the other kids not wanting him to play, the team's best player, Benny, says that there he is. Benny, how are you, buddy?
All right, how about you, Brad?
Doing well. Love you.
Love a sports movie.
You love sports.
I don't rank kids, though.
Felt like you used that out of context and you knew it.
The context is so important, Brad. What you were really saying was something entirely different. Explain it.
Well, the kids in the movies, we ranked them as we were talking about their athletic abilities.
Okay.
Thank you. So Benny says that they should give him a shot because they need a full team. He gets them to a full team. Boom, let's do this thing. Benny teaches them how to throw and catch, and soon Smalls starts to fit in. One day, Ham smacks a home run into the Beast yard. When Smalls asks about the Beast, the boys hold a sleepover and share the legend of the terrifying dog that lives beyond the fence. The boys become best friends and do best friend stuff, like hanging out at the pool and celebrating the 4th of July together. But at the end of the day, it all comes back to baseball for these fellas. One afternoon, Benny absolutely crushes their only ball. And with Bill out of town, Smalls thinks that he has a solution. He can grab the ball from the mantle. What Smalls doesn't realize is that that ball is signed by Babe Ruth. And when he gets his first home run with that ball, he tells the guys it was an important ball. It was signed by some girl. And then they freak out when they realize it's Babe Ruth. They realize what they have done. The boys quickly forge a Babe Ruth signature on a new ball as a replacement while they try to figure out how to get the real one back. But the Beast doesn't make it easy. After a dream where Babe Ruth himself tells Benny about being a legend, Benny decides to be a legend and take matters into his own hands. He hops the fence. The dog, who turns out just to be he's a good boy. He's a good boy. Chases Benny all around town. Eventually, Benny makes it back, but the Beast catches him by running through the fence. The fence then falls down, and the pup is underneath the fence. So Smalls and Benny, they free him, and the dog gratefully licks Smalls' face before leading him to a stash of baseballs that he has. The boys then meet Mr. Mertle, who is the Beast's owner, and are shocked to learn that he knew Babe Ruth personally. And Mr. Mertle gives Smalls a ball signed by the entire 1927 Yankees in exchange for weekly baseball chats. The gang eventually grows up and goes their separate ways. Smalls, though, he became a sports commentator from the beginning of the movie, and he is still best friends with Benny, who plays for the Dodgers. And that, my friends, was
The Sandlot. We did it.
We did do it. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back. We're going to break this movie down here on
Deck the Hallmark.
Welcome back, everybody. We're talking Sandlot today. It's been a lot of fun here on Mighty Mondays, taking a trip down memory lane.
A little verklempt
Oh, that's all right, man.
I'm
We're going to do other pods.
Yeah, we're going to do plenty of nostalgia. That's kind of our bit. I don't know if you know.
Yeah. This isn't the end.
We rally around nostalgia. That's what we do here.
Yeah. Not me, but yeah.
Yeah, not you so much.
You don't. You don't care for it particularly.
You don't.
Let's break down the Sandlot. We're going to start with the hot takes. We're going to share exactly how we felt about this movie. I'm going to start with you, Rye Guy. Rye, Sandlot, what are you getting?
This is all every week now is must-see television. Rye Guy giving hot takes on 90s movies.
So, as I've done with pretty much all of these, I'll start with, I think, some important context. I don't believe I saw this film as a kid. Not one time.
Wowzers.
I don't believe so. I have no memory of seeing it in theater. We definitely didn't own it on VHS. If I saw it on cable, I do not recall it. So I have no childhood nostalgia for this film. If I had to guess, the first time I saw it. It was probably like a random summer afternoon on ABC Family as a teenager. And I remember really, really liking it, but I've only seen it a handful of times even since then. Before this viewing, I watched it last year on the 4th of July, and I must have been tired. I don't know if it was before the Alfonso Ribeiro fireworks or after, but like I wasn't locked in,
Sure.
right? And so I came into this being like, all right, this is going to be like my true definitive watch of The Sandlot, and it's really nothing short of a pretty perfect film.
Thank God Almighty, we finally got one.
Yeah,
he finally got one right.
Yeah, well, that seems a bit strong, but that's a big if you ask me. But like, listen, it's the imperfect encapsulation of childhood. It's the perfect encapsulation of summer. The best thing I can say about this film, and I will say many good things about it, but the best thing I can say about it is that it made me nostalgic for a yesteryear I wasn't a part of.
Yeah.
I wasn't like,
Heck yeah.
Despite being firmly rooted in the time period it's in, it's a universal, just making all of us wish we, we're still with our big group of buddies from when we were kids, wishing, that we had a Sandlot to play in. The core dynamic between the main cast is great. And, not a ton of these kids went on to be like, super accomplished actors in their adult years, but they're all great here. We should all have a friend like Benny the Jet. It's wild that Mike Vitar didn't really do much after this in the Mighty Ducks. He became a firefighter, and God bless him for that. But like he's really good here, and really holds this film. And so by the time James Earl Jones
God
shows
Almighty,
up, man, like we're just firing on all cylinders, and everything from the moment where we lift Beast off of out of the fence through the end of the film is like, nope, perfect. So I will say though that I loved it, period, full stop, end of sentence. But me having to rank this, I would say
it's a perfect film. You said.
I would say me having to rank this is one of the biggest pickles that I've ever.
Oh, I see what you did there. Yeah.
So I'm going to go from 10 up.
Okay.
10, Rookie of the Year. 9, Angels in the Outfield. 8, D1. A slight swap from last week. Cool Runnings is now 7, and Space Jam bumped back up to 6.
You are a godless individual.
Amen, brother. Little Big League 5. 4, D3. 3, Little Giants. 2, I Still Am Me. Sandlot 1, D2. But it's number 2. It's not like I feel like that I've really bend not broken here. The film's incredible. And I should have been on after the fireworks last year. That was my
Can I tell you the best part of this?
What's that?
He was so close to being right. The best part of this is that Ryan is a stickler. He holds 2, which means Ryan Popola's new top 10 sports movies of all time no longer contains Brink. That's what that means. And that is
true, which is weird because that's not just the greatest film of all time, but our time.
Or any other time.
Yeah.
And it just got kicked off the list because if it's on 2 on this list, it's got to be 2 on your all-time list, or it's got to be on your all-time list.
Listen, there's still a week to really, reconfigure a lot of this, but for now, this is where we land.
Even Brand would think you're crazy to say that Brink is better than Sandlot. I would feel pretty strongly about that.
Yeah.
Let's find out for sure, though.
Well, I, like Rye Guy, didn't watch this movie as a kid.
Missed out on a childhood.
I think it. I didn't watch it until I was an adult. I think it had something to do with the scene at the
There's
pool.
some potty mouth. Yeah,
I think it had something to do with the pool, and I think it had something to do with the kids occasionally throwing out a D word.
Yeah, there was an S word in there, but kids are saying the
several S words.
Yeah.
There's several S words.
So it was a no-go in the Gray House.
That's all that.
Yeah, but they're adults. It's different when it's kids saying it.
I mean,
the
Little Big League kids got it.
I didn't watch the Little Big League as a kid.
Got you.
Yep. What else you got for me?
The Rock. I get you the adults. I don't know if the problem was that kids were cursing.
I think that definitely had something to do.
Wow.
If it was they didn't want me to get the idea that it was okay.
How dare you?
You know? So if it's the kids.
And you've held true to that to this day.
That's right.
Good on you, man. Yeah.
I'm a big kids
Heck yes.
should have not say certain words because they're inherently evil guy.
Yeah. I know that about you. Anyway, I love it. I love it. I love this movie. I love these kids. Yeah. Listen, there's something about the thing that is so good about all of these movies, or most of these movies, is just like, man, there's nothing better than of your friend group when you were a kid. You know, like you look back on that and it's just like not a real worry in sight aside from, you know, whose backyard are we going to play in today? You know, what sport are we going to play? Are we going to play football or baseball today? That, you know, that was it really. And man, that's great. And then like the love of baseball and the love of sport and the way that it brings these kids together as like this common ground, and like the way that these kids talk about baseball is great. And it's a great movie. And I had a blast watching this movie. I have it currently at 1. I do have it duking it out with Rookie of the Year. I think for me, I enjoy Rookie of the Year a smidge more, but Sandlot is a better movie. And so I'm gonna give it the better movie bump because it's close enough to
You just
where
mean honestly ranking them.
no.
The better movie bump.
No, the better movie bump only matters if it's close.
Oh, okay. Got it.
You know?
If one movie is clearly better than the other one, but you love the other one.
Yeah. Have you listened
No. Yeah, that's fair.
to
It's fair.
my entire discography?
You
of
like that
podography.
Ronnie Rowe dressed like a prince Christmas movie where his pants and shirt aren't the same color.
100%.
I got it.
So I have at 10, D3 The Mighty Ducks. Number 9,
That's tough.
Space Yam. Number 8, Little Big League. Number 7, Little Giants. Number 6, D2, The Mighty Ducks. Number 5, The Mighty Ducks. Number 4, Cool Runnings. Number 3, Angels in the Outfield. Number 2, Rookie of the Year. And number 1, The Sandlot. How about that, Rye?
He hates it.
I didn't say anything.
You don't like
He
it?
shook his head and closed his eyes pretty heavily.
I mean, I didn't say anything.
That's true.
But you're
He's 50-50.
you're praying for me internally.
Oh, always.
Yeah,
I-
It goes without
you know.
saying, pray without
Yeah.
ceasing. Amen.
Heck yeah, to quote you, bro.
Heck yeah, brother. All right, Dan.
Yeah, this is a perfect movie. Not a perfect kids movie, not a perfect sports movie, just a perfect movie. I wasn't allowed to watch this when it came out in theaters. I was 9 years old. My dad's reasoning, and my dad was usually spot on with these. Like, he didn't let me see Little Big League. I get it.
He nailed it.
My kids are 9 now. They can't watch it. He didn't, I mean, we didn't have all the stuff we in 93. We didn't have the internet at our house. He told me it was because there was this beast character that was like, you know, mystical or whatever. It was scary. That's what he told me. And maybe he was just saying that so he didn't have to talk to me about kids cussing or what have you. But that's what he told me. And my dad later, I would be like, Dad, I didn't get to see this movie. And he would be like, yeah, we probably missed that one. And my dad almost batted 1,000 on these things. Rookie of the Year was my favorite movie as a child. Baseball is my favorite sport. It still is. This is a miles better movie. It is a coming of age story made for kids. There are coming of age stories about kids, but most of the great coming of age movies are about younger people, but really for older people to harken back when they were young. This movie works on that level, but it's a movie specifically designed for people that don't know they're coming of age yet. So when you're 9, you can watch this movie and love every second of it. Through the kid's eyes, the beast is 1,000 pounds and his paw is like a T-Rex. And that is amazing. To these kids, the baseball game never ends. Amazing. To these kids, they're this moment's going to last forever. It is bittersweet when these kids start disappearing because they went to live their lives or they got lost in the ether like so many childhood friendships do. This movie's amazing. It loves baseball unconditionally. It has great foreshadowing. It has great symbolism. It has great baseball history. And it has amazing performances. Ryan, to your point, these kids, none of which really go on to have adult acting careers, they all are playing their roles so perfectly, and they're doing not more than they need to, the perfect amount, and the way that they view the world, all of this makes sense to them. It's amazing. This movie is so good. And the older I get, the less fun I have with it and the more emotional I get about it. And that's how you know I'm getting old, is because this movie was just a good, fun time. And I'm watching it in there just going, man, I just got to try to hold it together. It is that good of a movie. I also happen to love dogs, and this dog's a really good boy. James Earl Jones, amazing. I mean, we are in the, to tell you how right this movie gets about baseball, you have like a variety of hats being worn, and one hat is the Kansas City Monarchs, a very famous Negro League team from the 1800s, and it means something to that kid wearing it. Ahead of its time, a coming-of-age movie made for kids that sneaks up on adults. James Earl Jones, baseball, Dennis Leary, sign me up, 10 of 10, no notes.
What's
It's
your
number
ranking?
one.
Okay.
It's number one, and I got to be honest, it's not really even close. In actual order, 1, Sandlot, 2, Angels in the Outfield, 3, Rookie of the Year, a change, 4, Mighty Ducks, 5, Cool Runnings.
Wow.
The more I think about that, the more really excellent Mighty Ducks is on hitting all of these great tropes of a sports movie. And Cool Runnings, there's something about the last 20 minutes that makes it better than it actually is, in my opinion. So there's that. 5, Cool Runnings, 6, Mighty Ducks 2, 7, Mighty Ducks 3, 8, Little Big League, 9, Little Giants, 712, Space Jam.
Well, I don't know if there's that many 90s sports movies.
Put it in last place, whatever it is.
Okay.
Tenth. It's 10th. Good for you. But
Today it would be. Today it is. Let's get to all the feels where we talk about what in this movie gave us feels. Right, guy?
Yeah, I wrote down 3 minutes here. Honestly, thinking about it, it's probably not even 3 minutes long. It's probably a skosh or two under that. But the 3 minutes of the 4th of July are perfect.
So,
go ahead, Dan.
I just need to know, you please describe it, because it's one of my favorite scenes ever. But before it started happening, I said, this is the most American patriotic scene maybe in the history of movies.
Yeah, it's interesting. I hadn't necessarily thought about it through that lens, but that's also true. I mean, just like there's at one point like 80 hot dogs on the screen, like,
It's hot dogs. It's baseball being played under fireworks with a diverse cast as Ray Charles sings "America the Beautiful." Your move, communist. That is it.
Well, I love that POV, and I hadn't thought about that, and that's great. But I mean, and for me, in addition to that, because I agree, all of that's there. It's just like, I mean, that's the summer night that everybody wants as a kid. Right? If you get one of those per summer vacation, especially at that age, like you'll keep that with you for the rest of your life. And again, it's brief. Like, Ham gets his hot dog fix in before he gets to the field, and I think we're on the field for like 70 seconds after that.
Man.
But it's perfect, and for me, it was the highlight of the film.
Well,
No
and it's
question.
like it's funny now as a parent. Like as a kid, obviously you like think back to like specific days where like that was a magical day, right? And now as a parent, you like have these special days with your kids, and then they come up and they hug you and it's like, this is the best day ever. And it's like, oh man, like they just had one of those days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One of those days. When Darth Vader over there, and that whole scene, wonderful, great, love it.
The best.
And then him just being like, let's just get together and talk about baseball once a week. Woo, you kidding me? You kidding me right now? So good. And I love that whole sequence was wonderful. It's just like the perfect amount of obviously I'll take as much James Earl Jones as they're willing to give me, but at the same time, saving him and having him just give like 4 minutes of gold is kidding me right now? So good. Dana?
There's so many. I mean, the 4th of July scene is the pinnacle of this movie. Aside from the last scene, which I think
It almost goes without saying the last scene, right?
The movie never does more to try to manipulate your emotions than would be what you would experience as a kid. So a thumbs up and no dialogue, perfect. Benny the Jet Rodriguez, the way he includes Smalls is never pity and it's never charity. It's always like, we need a ninth. I got a glove in my back. Like, it's always very serious. I'm including you. It is not I guess if I have to, my mom made me. It is the purest form of empathy and charity. It's amazing. Art LaFleur is Babe Ruth. Guy sounds nothing like Babe Ruth. Has the swagger, has the stogie, and has the line about legends. You kidding me right now? Hercules in a t-shirt jersey. Hercules in a t-shirt jersey, paw print.
Boy.
Come on. absolutely come on right now. I could go all day. We'll stop right there.
Well, that's a good boy.
Yeah. And also the Kansas City Monarchs hat, just phenomenal. Just absolutely.
You got any other hats you
Just
want to comment on?
Just that one. Well, there's a great old Yankees hat, and then there's a Dodgers hat, and then there's a.
Do you have any hats that you don't like?
The Angels hat, that wasn't their best logo.
You got any other specific hat that you hate?
I hate Smalls' hat. I understand what they're going for here. That hat looks like he's 85 years old and going to garden. He is just not
very
wearing.
Funny hat.
The bill is 1.5 feet long. He's got to know. He's got to know that that's not a look.
Would it still fit him as an adult? Because it was pretty
Yeah.
snug on him as
All
a
of a
kid.
sudden, as an adult,
Yeah.
the bill is shorter. Somehow his head getting bigger made the bill go from like an actual duck bill to a normal size hat.
Perspective.
No, it isn't.
Perspective.
You know how Peter Jackson and the
Things
Lord of the
seem
Rings.
a lot bigger as
so
a
what,
kid.
what, you
Yeah.
don't, what you're not picking up on, Dan, is that the hat, that bill actually isn't that big. What it is doing, it is showing us, the viewers at home,
Like the Beast.
what it felt like.
Yes.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Well, it's funny because
it's still, as an adult, it is still a
I
big.
buy
big
that.
Bill actually gets bigger every scene.
But the
until end.
problem is, I buy that aside from the fact that the adult sees the bill on the kid, and that's what breaks that. Because Beast, whenever they see him without an adult, he's gargantuan, and as soon as they see him and there's an adult there, he's just a bull mastiff.
Just a good boy.
It's just a good boy who needs a t-shirt jersey with a paw on it.
Yeah. I will say, I've watched a lot of movies with you, Dan. I do think that this does top the list for movies of you talking about hats.
That's true.
I think
That's true.
I mean, I
Yeah.
have to
Movie
put
wears
some
a lot of
thought
hats.
into it, but
Yeah.
I do think we talked about hats a good bit
Yeah.
while watching
Yeah,
this
yeah,
movie.
Hats are important.
Hats
you know?
are important. Let's take a break. We'll be right back here and deck the home. I got
Deck
it, guys.
the
Deck the
Hallmark.
Hallmark.
Deck the
No, It's on
Hallmark.
me. It's on me.
What the duck?
This just in. We have What the Duck soon. But first.
the Wait What?
Wait, what? It is time for the Wait What. Is where we talk about what in this movie made us go, wait, what? I'll start with you, Rye Guy.
I'll get this one out of the way.
Get it out
I'm
of the
pretty
way.
sure I'll be speaking for all of us. We do not condone what Squints did to Wendy Peppercorn. It doesn't matter that it worked out. If you are a young person watching
Brand
this,
said he still thinks it's funny.
You know what? I do still think that scene is funny. It's a funny scene.
you should not do that. Doesn't matter that it worked out.
Right.
It doesn't
There was
matter that they
good-
have 15 kids.
it was exactly what a 12-year-old would do.
yeah.
But
Shouldn't.
well, there was no consent. And we want to be clear. Would a 12-year-old plan that for 3 years and do it? Probably. Yeah.
Yeah. Just wanted to make that clear.
Yeah.
We do not condone it.
Yeah.
Dennis Leary really should have the Bambino ball behind glass. That's a rookie collector move. And it really, I almost put the movie last just because of that.
As you stand in front of your glass
Yeah, well,
case
I mean,
of collectibles.
I know what I'm doing.
You know,
Like,
you're a professional.
Somebody gave me an autographed Joe Torre baseball, and it's behind a plastic container.
Yeah,
Joe
I
Torre,
mean-
not Babe Ruth.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, honestly, he's asking for it.
Are you kidding me right now?
Yeah.
Maybe this is me being too much of a millennial, and I'm being mostly facetious here. But the idea that they never keep score or anything, I think it's beautiful. But I also just don't necessarily know what they're doing all day, other than they're not really playing a game. It's just glorified batting practice.
Dude.
It's not. They have enough for. I think it's beautiful, but they don't have enough for two teams. They have enough for one team. So they're really just.
First of all, how dare you? Second of all, as a child that grew up on a street with one other house, and 5 total kids ranging in between, 4 to 10. Sometimes we play baseball with 4 or 5 people, and once you got a hit, it was a ghost runner, and then you took the field.
100%.
So it can be
And
done.
yes.
It can be done. Okay.
Absolutely.
But
And the
I was
fact that they
still-
all
but I-
turn to ghosts at the end or like they disappear is also fun with that.
But I was still keeping score, and I think that's important.
Yeah, we were keeping score, but if you were
'Cause it-
playing
well, 'cause
every day on the Sandlot,
Yeah.
you're just pretending. It's like Michael Jordan, 2 seconds on the clock for 3.
Yeah.
Like that's what it is.
But if I got a ghost runner on first, and then I hit another single, that guy moves to second.
yeah,
and
a
then I
bad
got-
base
then I
runner
got-
is a bad base runner.
And then I got
it's a real Josh Naylor situation.
Easy.
If you get a single and you're running to first, if you yell go to third before halfway, then you're calling shots.
You're
there.
calling shots.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. What's the
Again,
harm
I
in
thought
doing
it was
that?
beautiful.
No, there's no harm.
I was just pointing out an observation. I got a few more here. A mom's response to quote, this is her, excuse me, have you made any friends yet?
This is
And then
brutal.
And then
Absolutely
she
brutal.
says, why not?
That's
And
tough.
he says no. It's
That's
like,
really
She
tough.
meant well, but like, I mean, give the guy, he's been here for a day. Is get him a new hat. if
Yeah,
want
have
him
you
to make
seen
some
my
friends.
hat?
Yeah, like, it's also kind of implausible that they hadn't found a nice guy before Smalls moved to town. Like, there's like so many kids in this neighborhood.
That's right.
Like, you're just being picky.
Yeah.
The other 7 look like real dinguses for not helping Hercules get out from under the
Oh,
fence.
for sure.
Listen,
Like,
I mean, the dog is crying. He
Yeah,
clearly wants to play fetch.
Yeah,
Somebody's
it-
finally shown interest in him.
Yeah.
I that really
He
bothered
just wants
me.
to show you his ball collection.
That's right.
Yeah.
Look at all these baseballs.
And then last one. Listen, Benny the Jet, Kid of the Year, Friend of the Year.
Oh,
If
yeah.
we're ranking them, obviously.
Yeah. But like, I don't believe this movie's pretty airtight,
Ugh.
but I don't believe that they only had one usable ball. Benny the Jet has 2 gloves. He has 2 hats. He has 2 everything. And they make it very clear that balls, even back in the days of yore, are pretty reasonably priced.
98 cents.
Yeah. So, like, I would imagine a glove is probably like I don't know what the equivalency is, probably $5
Yeah.
a hat, probably so that didn't hold any water.
So-
Again, though, I thought it was very big of me to put this at number 2.
So it wasn't, but that is, I'll make it even more ridiculous, right,
Yeah.
guy. Benny has the money for PF flyers to keep in a box. He also covers everyone's entire carnival night. He pays for 9 guys to go hog wild at the carnival. And then he buys a baseball. And then he says, we got to get all the glass bottles we can to scrape together 98 cents. Bro, how? You have
Come from wealth.
so much money. You
Yeah.
have so much money. How does this happen? You had to have spent, I looked it up, PF flyers were $15. The carnival had to cost him $50. You had at least $30 of disposable income.
You used it all.
Used it all, 1 ball, 98
No
cents.
more balls.
If a ball's that big a deal, maybe buy a half dozen.
Yeah. You gotta buy a few.
Yeah.
You gotta buy a few.
Yeah.
I only have a few. One, I did get a kick out of the this was at the Founders Day gathering,
right.
which did look suspiciously like
the 4th of July
gathering,
celebration.
but
Yes, it
different.
was. Yes.
But they're carrying a giant cake in. Okay, and they're like, well, how do we showcase that these are bakers that are bringing
right.
it in?
Yeah,
and
there's only one way to do it.
They're 2 full baker's garb for these fellas that are bringing in this cake, and I just found that to be funny. It just, I wouldn't have thought one way or another about these 2 guys bringing in the cake, but the fact that they're both in, and the cat, they have the hat, they have the baker's hat.
They got the hat.
They're ready to go.
Ready to
They're I like that. I also loved that they're during the race scene where he's running away from the dog.
Hercules.
When they are like, hey, we got to get back to the Sandlot, and we got the shortcut. They decide at that point in time to use a star transition for
So great.
out of nowhere in a movie that's been pretty standard.
I just thought the bat symbol would come
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
It was very fun, and I appreciate that. And as much as I love thumbs up at the end of this movie,
Love it.
Hey, bud, you gotta keep talking. You're on the air. You got you're supposed to be painting that picture. Instead, he's just like, he did it. He stole in a very exciting moment. He
The jet stole home. That's right.
20 seconds of silence on air. They're like, well, I wonder what's happening now. Oh, he's just giving a thumbs up to his buddy. That's all he's doing in this amazing moment. I can't tell you another thing. I have to give thumbs up to my buddy, Benny the Jet. Dano?
Listen, I know there weren't readily available ice packs in the 1960s. When he gets hit in the eye, Dennis Leary goes into the refrigerator and pulls out an already gray steak. Not a red, like fresh from the butcher steak, which would be problematic skin to skin around your eye. He pulls out an already gray bad boy and he sticks that on the eye and he says, keep it on there for an hour. I mean, the kid is gonna get a disease. That's a crazy thing to do. I mean, if that steak's gray before it's been cooked, Lord knows what's in it. And you put it right on the kid's eye, and you're like, this is the best we got. No ice, just this. That was a hard scene to watch, and I'd forgotten all about it. Yes, what Squints does, even though they clearly say he gets married to her later, what he does is not okay, first and foremost, because there was no consent. But his friends all think he's really dead. They never get angry at him. They don't do it. They think for a solid, 30 seconds that their best friend is dead. And they are so amused that he tricked his way into a makeout sesh with Wendy Peppercorn that it's all forgiven. They're not gonna be like, bro, we thought you were dead. Seems like you could have given us a heads up that you're going for this. Seems like you could have maybe helped us out to not think you're dead at the pool. And then they just keep swimming. Everybody just keeps swimming, and they kick them out, and it's all fun and games. It feels like knocking the cover off the baseball. From all the legends I've heard, that ball would have traveled a lot further than a can of corn in left center field. I get it. The cover came off the ball, but that means you hit it so hard that the ball takes off out of the cover. That should have been gone.
Cover can't keep up with it.
Yeah.
The ball hit, cover's like, I want to stay on.
Cover got to get off.
Cover got to get off.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like an easy routine fly for old Smallsy out there. And then lastly, something I never noticed about this movie that is pretty important to the plot for the end of the, not pretty important, it's an important little Easter egg of the plot. All of these kids that adore Babe Ruth and know all his nicknames, they spell his name wrong on that baseball. They spell his name with an E
at the end.
Yeah, all of these kids who know all of the nicknames, Colossals of Clout, the Great Bambino, King of Crash, all of these names, they don't spell the greatest baseball player at that time, the greatest baseball player in the history of the game. They don't spell his last name right. And I think it's played for laughs. It doesn't make any sense. But it hits again when Smalls is now a grown-up calling that game, and you see in his peripheral, he's got the missigned baseball there as a reminder of what was really important. That is the most important thing he's got. And it's really cool because that's how you know it was the correct baseball. But them all signing the wrong name on the baseball.
The only thing I can think of, Dan, is they hear all these nicknames from their dads or
baseball
something, right?
cards were huge back then.
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe none of them had a baseball.
Dude, they would have all seen a real. Hey, speaking of which, my parents moved and they found a bunch of stuff that was mine. And I found a Babe Ruth that I had as a kid that was my prized possession, and I got it for $20, and it's now worth, I think, $1,500. So that's cool. Wow. But I got to get it graded, so it's still sitting in the case.
You should get him to sign it.
But I should get him to sign it with an E. I think that value would go skyrocket, wouldn't it, right, guy?
I think at that point, yeah.
I know a guy.
You know a guy.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's time for What the Duck. It's where we talk about any questions that we still have that we'd like answers to. Right, guy?
Yeah, there was a guy I used to work with who genuinely said his favorite film of all time was Sandlot 2.
Oh!
No! I've never seen it. I've literally never
seen it. And so I don't know when we're doing Mighty Mondays again. Could be next year, could be years down the line, but let's put that on the list for when we do.
Well, assuming Way Home's back in January, my guess is we can pick it up after that.
I mean, we're going to continue. This is the best series we've ever done.
Yeah, I think we open it up to 2000s and we don't have to limit ourselves.
We call it Mighty Monday, and I would give us a 15-year buffer to make sure it is nostalgia driven. That's 15 years as a generation.
Yep, and maybe Sandlot 2.
Maybe Sandlot 2. Has that been the last 15 years?
I just need to know.
Yeah.
I think that it might be 2010 at this point. I'm not sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Sandlot 2. We could also include Brink in that, I think, too.
I'm not watching it
again.
Brink. Sandlot 2, 2005.
Wow.
We got 20 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Well, we can.
Okay.
That is definitely
we got to do it we should squeeze it in for this year then, 20th anniversary of Sandlot.
Well, we got kids to rank.
Yeah.
My question.
Same
director as the original.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Maybe it's great. Maybe he was right.
Maybe he was right. That's crazy.
Wow. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead. What the Duck?
What the Duck? Oh, yeah. I mean, obviously, what was yours again, really quick, Ray? Oh, you're the guy, your buddy who said Sandlot 2.
I need to watch Sandlot. I mean, I can't believe it's the best film of all time, but I need to see it.
So obviously, as we all said, he shouldn't have kissed her, right?
Yeah, no, of course.
What they do sprinkle in at the end of this movie is that they they did get married.
And they have 9 kids.
9 kids.
Yeah.
I don't know. Pretty fascinated by that story. Like, at what point I mean, how much older is she than him? I mean,
my guess is that she was 16 or 17 and he was 12.
Yeah. Okay. So at like what point did they, circle the wagon and come back and be like, hey,
Probably around the same time the Civil Christmas game did.
for a couple weeks ago. Good
Yeah,
callback.
it was,
I that's it was a fun little thing they sprinkled in, but of course now I'm just wondering. I want to know that love story. Hallmark, let's do it. Sandlot 3, but but the story, love story.
Yeah.
Sandlot love.
Sandlot love.
Love down at the Sandlot. Something like that. I don't know.
We're all doing more properties as our What the Duck here. In 2018, they announced that there was going to be a Sandlot TV show with all of the original cast returning.
Oh, wow. I didn't know
In 2019, I could have these dates wrong. They announced there was going to be a Sandlot prequel for Disney Plus, written and directed by the guy that did the first 2. In 2021,
This is real.
this is real. Both
fake
announced. Both announced. The excuse for one of those being canceled was, I believe, the writer's strike, and then the other one, no news has been given since then. The prequel, we have no new news on at all. The show canceled because of the writer's strike. I believe
I
all
don't
that is
think
correct.
you don't need to cancel it.
This is bogus.
You don't need to cancel
Imagine
it.
a modern, like I want both of those things. I might want a prequel more because of what you could do with it, but I want both of those things like right now. And we're not going to get either one, I don't think.
I mean, the one where them as adults, it's like the one kid gets lost to the 60s.
Yeah.
They say that show could be. I
Dude,
mean, it might
there
not
could be
like,
a
it might be
full
wild.
Yeah, it could be really
What
for
if
adults.
they do the TV show? They bring back the original cast, and then you bring in Lauren Graham,
who coaches the baseball team.
coaches the baseball team.
That's right.
Maybe in season 2 we change everything.
change
and
everything.
Then they go to baseball camp.
Can't say
season
I'm familiar with 2.
Season 2, none of the original cast is back. They all left.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe we do that.
What if they make Aberman the coach of the Sandlot team?
Well, don't tempt me with a good time.
Now we're talking.
I think our buddy Antonio could make some noise on this show.
I think
that's
he
for sure.
could. Let's hire that guy.
Yeah.
We did. Congratulations to us. We got one more next week, which is League of Their Own. Is
That's
that
right.
correct?
That's right.
As far as I know, no one in that movie is eligible for the kid ranking. Correct. Got
Yes.
it. Okay. So, just want to get ahead of that. Make sure everybody's watching through those eyes as well.
Of course.
All right, we're gonna be back next time with another one. Until then, the first to wish you Merry Christmas.
I quit. Deck the Hallmark's Bramble Jam podcast, produced by Brandon Gray, certified kid ranking lover. It is produced in Greenville, South Carolina. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com to listen to these episodes ad-free. You go to bramblejamplus.com, and you can leave us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts. We would love it. Rye Guy will read the next 5-star review out loud on the next Mighty Monday.